Hi guys, I'm back on YouTube. I know my dog's about to jump up. Oh, say hi, Misty. Hi. I love you too, baby. Okay, Riley. So I've got two spaniels running around my feet. Probably nobody here knows, it was probably a different generation, but I used to have a YouTube channel about a decade ago now. And I also had a blog to go with it, and I absolutely loved it. I was so passionate about it. I put all my time and effort into it whilst I was at university. But then it was hacked, my blog I mean, and wiped, and therefore it knocked my confidence in regards to everything to do with that industry and that sector of my life. So here I am trying to have a fresh start, and I'm in a completely new chapter. I hope it's okay that I've created a brand new channel. I've already made some mistakes. I put out a couple of videos that were really bad quality, so I've deleted those, and here we are starting again with a proper camera, proper time, and I'm determined to create a really beautiful environment and community here, and something that someone would love to follow and would love to watch. To start from the beginning, my name is Tess Mayfield. I live in the Cotswolds. I used to live in London when I had my blog and channel previously, and the main difference now is that I'm a mum, which is, when I think about it, I could cry my eyes out. I feel like it's what I was always meant to do. My baby girl is now 15 months old. She's at nursery today. And with this new chapter has come a brand new, I always say that when she was birthed, a new version of myself was also birthed. And that couldn't be more true. I think that probably happens to every woman. I feel like Etta, my baby girl, was always with me in some way, and now she's here. And motherhood is by far my favourite chapter of life yet, and hence why I'm putting out this video, because I want to be what I tried to find a year ago when I was in the newborn trenches, as they call it, and I had a newborn baby. It's the most beautiful, happiest, exciting time, and you experience the highest levels of love. That love is a completely different word now to me. It is such a ginormous leap when you have your baby in front of you. However, motherhood and the beginning stages, especially for myself who lived in a very rural location, it can be a very lonely time. I search and search for someone to kind of resonate with, to follow, to take tips from, to relate to, and I really couldn't find it. I really couldn't. So I guess I kind of want to be what I tried to find a year ago. A couple of my friends have now also had kids. I just realised that was a really weird position. Have now also had kids, and I've done a few TikToks with some kind of new mama tips, which I encourage you to check out. And people have legitimately, not just trying to kind of toot my horn, legitimately said that they've loved them during their pregnancy period. So I thought, I've always had this urge to create a brand new channel on YouTube, starting from the bottom and just see what happens. Right now I'm in a time where I had left my job kind of accidentally in a way. I'll explain that another time. When I just got pregnant, so I ended up being like, right, I'm unemployable, I am pregnant, and I need to figure this out. So now I'm at a point where my baby girl has just started nursery, so I'm not at a point where I can go commit to a 9-to-5 job. One second, let me just stop the dogs, they're play fighting. Skeet right, ouch. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I can't commit fully to a new job, or at least the industry I was doing before, which was property. But what I can do is use my time to give back to my former self. And don't get me wrong, you can laugh with me or at me through my efforts here to create a bit of a YouTube channel and community. Either way, I don't mind. I'm still gonna do it. I owe it to myself, and I've got the time right now. And motherhood, there's not one way to do it, and I'm gonna just show one way you can do it, basically. Alongside this, I've started again at a time where we have been renting for a few years now, myself and my husband, and having a baby, the most almighty level of nesting mode kind of captivates your brain, and making the perfect environment for my baby girl to learn and grow, take her first steps, learn how to talk, is proving to be quite difficult for me, at least. Obviously it's a big first world problem, but to find a space that kind of nurtures her and gives her everything that she needs isn't easy. So we've had to move recently because we rented a cottage in a proper kind of rural location, and there was a mould issue, which you tend to get. It's so funny. The cottage in the English countryside dream isn't always what you think. Often it's covered in black mould and with leaking windows and etc, etc. So anyway, we've experienced all of that. Now we are closer into Cirencester, which is known as the capital of the Cotswolds, and it was lovely. I absolutely love Cirencester, but it's not where we want to be necessarily. So it's an exciting time because we're now looking to buy, which there's been times when I thought this was never going to be possible, but somehow we're going to make it happen for Etta, and we're in a rush because we want to be in by spring, summer. And I thought, what better time to start my channel? I'm going to bring you along with everything motherhood, whether it's weaning, which obviously we've been doing for a long time now, and she's really into her solids, which is beautiful, and it makes it so much easier. Whether it's juggling 2 dogs and a baby, which, trust me, is harder than you would think. And also looking to buy a house and then making that house into a home, which is my favourite thing to do. Maybe even renovating. So I'm going to bring you along for the ride. This is where I have decided to begin the YouTube adventure. Anyway, now I'm rambling. So I get to the point where I say what I want to say and then I'll just keep talking and ramble. So let's just stop now. I'm going to take you to see a house viewing right now. We are hitting the ground running. So I will see you at the house viewing. Yay! Guys, I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to pick up Etta from nursery, so I thought I would take you with me and we can just discuss the house viewing that I just did. Let me just get off this pavement. I don't know if you're going to fall. I cannot wait to go and collect my girl. Oh, exactly what I was afraid of. Okay, we're back. This is going to keep happening, isn't it? The camera's going to fall. It was so much easier when I was doing it on my phone. But no, basically I just wanted to discuss on my way to nursery kind of a bit of a review of the house that I just went to view. I will have added some footage that I took, just some little snapshots. You have to be so careful because obviously you can't get anything personal in. I actually knew a guy when I worked at Knight Frank who got let go purely because when he did a video of the property there was some family photos in the background, So they're very, very strict. Anyway, I thought I was going to like it so much more than I do. It's not for us. It's not the one. And whenever that happens, you're like, oh, what a waste of fuel, what a waste of time. But you learn more, each house you view, I think you learn more and more about what it is that you want and what you don't want. The thing with that house was it needs work, which I was thrilled to actually see because I didn't think it did need any. So I was thrilled to be able to put my own stamp on it. But one thing you cannot buy or add is a view. And it wasn't just that it was not of the rolling Cotswold Hills, it was simply the fact that it was of kind of the wall of the next door property and the back property, and then at the front it was just the road. It wasn't like a pretty road or a nice village lane. Onwards and upwards. We actually have one booked for tomorrow. I don't know if I've already mentioned it in this video, but I just know that one's going to be the one that I want. I can just tell. It's done, doesn't need any work, but it's done beautifully. It's Cotswold stone, quite Georgian, so double fronted. It's got a lovely sized garden, totally manageable. It's actually got 5 bedrooms, which is incredible. That's the dream, because then you're set, because I always have family coming to stay, and my husband doesn't really, but I think he would like to in the future. Neither of us have any family within 2 hours, which has been an absolute pain whilst having a baby, because first of all, for them to bond and get to know baby girl, but also for help. Like, I look at our friends who have family close by and they're back at work already, obviously, because in-laws have the baby one day, their parents have the baby one day, and then there's 3 days at nursery. So it's you can cope with that, and that's an okay cost in terms of the nursery fees. But if it was for us, if I was going back to work, it would be 5 days a week of nursery fees, which is would be probably top what I would be earning an entry level salary. It would give me a minute. I would need a minute to work my way back up to where I was before I had baby. So anyway, it's hard, isn't it? But we'll see what the future holds. Anyway, very, very, very exciting. And I don't want to ramble on because I do tend to do that. But the concept of buying a house right now is when you're little and you're watching Disney films of one day your prince will come. Like, it just feels so make-believe, like a fairy tale at this point. And I could never have actually physically thought of a day when we were going to be able to buy. No matter what, even if we don't buy something that needs work doing to it, I am the biggest homemaker, that it will be the most fun experience I will have ever probably had, and homemaking our actual abode. Anyway, I will close this off for today, and I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to make baby girl a lovely breakfast, maybe scrambled eggs, maybe pancakes, I'm not sure, and then we will go and look at the house, which is probably going to be the one that I fall in love with. Who knows? We shall see. Stay tuned.
ready. I can't actually remember where I left you. I think we were going to see a house. In fact, we definitely were. And that was actually, I can tell you because we're not buying it, in Avening. It's very much middle of the Cotswolds. That's where we've always been. I mean, I was North Cotswolds for a little bit, kind of around Stow-on-the-Wold area, which I love. But yeah, so we went to see that house. It was not right for us. And then we had one the next morning, which was yesterday morning. And let me tell you, we have fallen headfirst into deep waters of real estate heaven. It's a done house, which Tom didn't want. However, since having a baby, I'm just not interested in that. I want a warm, safe environment for my girl. And if we have another baby, obviously. Exactly, Bubba. We're just having a walk in the park. The plan of action is, we've been speaking to the mortgage broker and we've been speaking to the bank, and we're seeing if we can pull it out the bag. Pull it out the bag, pull it out the hat. I don't know what the saying is. By the way, let me just show you my view. We've come into town. I love Cirencester Park, oh my goodness. One-handed whilst we walk, so we'll go back in a minute. Hey baby. Mama. And then we're gonna put forward our offer tomorrow. And fingers crossed this is a dream come true, because this would be the ultimate dream come true. So if you want to know if we end up being proceedable, put an offer in, are accepted, and get to a sweet spot with it and find our dream home, then do like and subscribe and come along on this journey, because it's going to be quite an exciting one. And I've never done this before. I've never been able to buy. I'm 30 years old, and this would be my first time owning. So I've definitely seen all those around me get to this stage and had my fair share of, emotions such as, I'm never gonna get there, this is never gonna happen to me, what am I working for, all of that kind of stuff. When it feels that far out of reach, it's easy to lose hope, but somehow we're gonna make this happen. Bless you. Bless you. I never moved house growing up, so I'm very much of that mindset that your childhood is your home is your childhood. I was lucky to grow up in a place where, yes, there was lots to do, lots of space, and to be able to give that to her would be my greatest achievement. Do you not want this water? Let me just get her a snack. So sorry for the sniffles. I'm now going to get back and I'm going to make some of my favourite energy balls, which Etta now has too. She is just over 15 months, so she can have this form of food, if that makes sense. She can handle it now because she's got her molars through. real talk. Etta is at a stage, oh, let me take you out the charger, where everything I give her in her high chair, she'll just drop on the floor, just drop it straight on the floor. And it's such a problem because the dogs, they sit next to Etta's high chair whenever she's eating. Okay, whenever she's eating anything at all, because they know she'll drop crumbs or whatever. So they've got used to that now, as has she. So she will literally drop some food now, look over the edge and just watch them like sharks, like go for that food. This is Whiskey. Etta has just had some spaghetti bolognese, which she has loved. And she only got a tiny bit on her clothes, so that's a win. Actually, on that note, I want to say a bit of a tip. That when your baby starts, or your toddler starts nursery, do not send them in any nice clothes because they will always come home with stains, whether it's from paint or obviously food or just something, or mud. Tried all the different brands for clothes washing and Vanish, Oxy Action and all of those sorts of things, and nothing has worked. So although that's exactly what you want, because mess is good, and I think it shows how much fun they're having, but nevertheless, literally everything she wears to nursery I tend to have to chuck. Or actually, on that note, there are these like canisters you can get on Amazon, because when she got home from nursery the other day, she was wearing a white baby grow, which I really liked. It was only Tesco, but I love it. Anyway, and I happened to have one of these canisters in the cupboard, and it was a pink clothing dye, safe for kids. And I popped it in the washing machine with the clothing dye and the item, and it turned it pink, and therefore you couldn't see the stain anymore. It was genius. So I'm gonna have that in my back pocket for sure for future outfits if you get stains on. And I will link the Amazon product I'm referring to down below. And then the other tip I have in regards to babies staining their clothes are, if I can find them, Shout, Wipe and Go. Put these in every single baby bag that you have. Tom is working late tonight, which he does quite a lot, but tonight specifically. I know, baby, 1 second. Okay, here you go. Tonight is a really exciting reason that he's working late, and it is because I think we have picked a lender for the mortgage. When you're self-employed, it's difficult, of course, because they're taking a risk on you because you don't specifically know what you're necessarily going to earn next year. So they will often take the past couple of years' accounts and then a prediction for next year. So anyway, we found someone, and I think that's who we're going to go with, which is incredible. I'm going to take my little queen here up for her bath time and get her ready for bed, because it's 5:30. She tends to go to sleep between 6 and 7. It really depends on how well she naps that day. We joke saying Whiskey's like Dobby, because she will always have a sock in her mouth. Master is giving Dobby clothes. Dobby is free. Do you know what? I'm gonna put Harry Potter on tonight. It's happening. The boy who lived. He's coming home. Anyway. Guys, look at these dresses that have just arrived from Vinted. I'm a very big, sorry I'm out of breath, ran up the stairs. I'm a very big advocate for buying children's clothes on Vinted. I think because they grow out of them so quickly, it's lovely to kind of prolong their life, as it were, and make sure that we're being sustainable. So I love Vinted, but this is a vintage Laura Ashley dress, which I am completely in love with. Look at that beautiful fabric and pattern. The fabric of this colour. Completely love it. And then this is Sarah Louise. We love Sarah Louise. That's what Etta's christening gown was. How beautiful. Now I'm going to put on, so this is a Tony box. I can highly recommend the Tony box. Screen free, bedtime story. So I'm going to put Peter Rabbit on.
But Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate,
just picked up where it
and was
left off.
safe at last.
she's so good. She's so good. She's so good. Yes. Who's that? Say hi. Hi, Bee. Is that you, Papa? Yes. Hi guys, I was going to continue this video into tomorrow. However, I think there's been so much gone on this week and so much emotion. The next video, we will find out what's going to happen in terms of where we're living, what we're doing, what we can afford, what we cannot. Maybe it will be a harsh reality check, or maybe it will be a dream come true. We'll see. I'm definitely going to be saying a little prayer tonight, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!